which means that she recorded the allegation with police to potentially pick up again at a later date. But in 2015, she received a call from an officer at a neighboring police force. Vice reported that the officer told her the force was looking into complaints from 2 other women who had also made complaints of abuse, including one of rape and another of repeatedly strangling a woman against Tate, and asked whether Amelia would be happy with her complaint being included in that investigation. So these are the same 2 women who went public with their experiences last week that I mentioned earlier. And Amelia said yes and handed over her phone, which included voice notes and messages from Tate. Again, from Vice, these messages included an exchange that took place after the alleged sexual assault and while they were still seeing each other, in which Tate wrote, "I love raping you. Monsters are monsters," he wrote. "When you're under my control, I do whatever I please." And again, I have to emphasize, this is Tate in his own words, confessing to raping this woman and enjoying it. Just to all of the people out there still defending him. So there was another exchange that took place after Amelia stopped seeing him. Tate initiated it and sent her an unsolicited video that showed him breaking a baseball bat on his shin, and then he followed it up with this voice note.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Why am I like that? Why? I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet. Sometimes you forget exactly how lucky you were to get by me. Would you rather me pin you down and make you do things you didn't like? Or would you rather you didn't like that I was thinking I can do whatever I want to? That's what it is. I'm the smartest person on this planet. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't pass out. Chill the out. Jesus Christ. I thought you were cool. What's wrong with you?
Tate perfectly described himself as a monster earlier, and you heard that monstrosity in his own voice, in his own words there. He also called Amelia his whore, and despite admitting he strangled her a little bit, mocked her for being upset about the assault. Amelia's
my new favorite person, I think, in history. Denise Frazier, the dog girl. Remember the dog girl? She is the Mississippi resident who got arrested for having sex with a dog in front of a church. Yeah, this is real life. She has a fan base, folks. In fact, in the last 2 days, she has gained 3,000 Twitter followers. She has more Twitter followers right now than I do. She is going to be huge, folks. This is the next bad Barbie. Gonna cash me outside. Mark my words. So Laney says, we need to talk about how this might be the most significant case of judicial overreach in recent memory. Gets arrested by cops. They leak identity immediately. They frame her for a crime. They didn't frame her for no crime. She fucked the dog, y'all. Claim the evidence is too graphic to release. I mean, it's dog fucking, so you probably don't want to release her fucking a dog. Say this is the worst crime in 20 years. It ain't the worst crime in 20 years. All she did was fuck a dog. I mean, I don't think you should fuck dogs, but it ain't the worst thing you could possibly. It's not as bad as murder, yo. I'd much rather you fuck a dog than murder somebody. I think we can all agree on that, right? So anyway, she's like, they doing the same thing to Andrew Tate. That's why I'm meeting with him next month, y'all. This girl gonna meet Andrew Tate next month, no doubt about it. He gonna fly her out to where he lives, Romania, and then him and his friends are gonna sit around a circle and watch this girl fuck a dog right in front of him, and then he gonna get on Twitter and talk about how degenerate and how much of a pedophile all trans and gay people are. This is how the whole
fresh out. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share the channel. Shout out to Andrew and Tristan Tate. It appears that they have been once again arrested. Man, it's crazy. It's, you know, when you have a platform and a voice and you speak out to a narrative that you feel holds value, that's not the narrative of those who want to control an agenda, things just seem to come at you from every direction. I met Andrew and Tristan back in 2019. Chopped it up, had a cool little evening of just, talk, conversating, before they really blew up on social media. And I thought they were cool dudes. I didn't notice anything crazy or, anything that was disturbing. I thought they were just, two brothers that had their shit together, that were very intelligent, very entrepreneurial. And, I was hoping one day to have the opportunity to hang out with them again and share some insights on some different things that are going on in the world. Since they've been released on house arrest in Romania, I haven't really had any interactions with them, but I just on social media seen that they were, going through their situation with, the police there and what have you, man. But they made some comments about like how they were offered a certain amount of money if they endorsed a certain agenda, and if they, kind of cooperated in the sense they'd be left alone. And what does that say about someone who endorses men to speak out and be strong and to find their place in the world? Now, I'm not getting all into any of the misogynist stuff. A lot of you guys out there, jump on. I don't know that side of them. I'm not getting into any of the viewpoints that maybe conflict with the right to free speech. All I'm saying is that as a person, and you see all the stuff going on around the world, but these individuals are being targeted, what does that tell you, man? What does that say about those who dare speak out or have an opinion? Even on this channel, we've interviewed some people and just on a smaller scale said some things that didn't really go along with the major narrative on social media. And man, they took this channel from 30,000 subscribers a month to negative 300. They put me on some platform where they labeled me a far-right, non-woke influencer. Now, how could I be far-right, non-woke when I've sold drugs, I've gotten caught up in home invasion robberies, did adult movies, did time in the feds, got out, changed my life? So I've lived all the stuff that's considered far extreme left, but because I'm not a victim and I use my voice to help those who may be trying to figure out what direction they should take their life in and how they can accept responsibility for their actions to better themselves, I'm non-woke. And the people who talk about this, they don't even know me. They won't have me on their platform talking because they know I'll debunk everything they say. Single mom, teenage mom, no dad, straight A student, skateboarder, crack dealer, meth dealer, hustler, bank robber, gun toter. I've done it all. But because I believe in family values, because I believe that young men should have strong male role models, because I feel that control is unacceptable when you have free will, and you should be able to speak your mind and have a viewpoint that's your viewpoint and not somebody else's, like the herd mentality. That's non-woke. You know, they say that, you know, the Tate brothers say they don't fear no one or anything but God. I've been in situations, and you know, these people I see screaming on the internet, acting all crazy. Man, I've been in situations butt naked, guards, and, you know, filing paperwork on staff members in prison. Man, look, do what you're gonna do. I'm in here. No visits. If I make it out alive, I make it out alive. I made it out alive. And I'm sharing my platform. Don't fear no man. Speak your mind. When you start making waves, they will find something to try to destroy you. But you gotta be strong in your convictions. God said, fear not, I am with you, my son. We fear not at Fresh Out. We continue on our journey, and I support those who have the courage to share their voices with those who really need to hear it. People like the Tate brothers, you know, people like Russell Brand, Tucker Carlson, Valuetainment, Joe Rogan. You know, I listen to the Rubin Report. People who give opportunity for dialogue so that we can come to our own conclusions rather than be told how we should think. I was told how to think for 10 years in prison, and I never listened. You think I'm gonna get out here and listen to these weenies? You think I'm gonna let these people tell me what to do and what to say and how to think? That I ain't got enough sense to do my own research and to know that this is not in my best interest? Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you all you guys for subscribing to Fresh Out and make our channel what it is. I just want to see strong young men raise strong families so that they can have strong children and we can have a strong future. Go to freshoutseries.com, pick up some merch, and represent.
But they still got that Mexican body, bro. They don't really fucking get in shape. So they get distracted way quick. They eat a couple spreads. They look like shit still. It's very rare that a Mexican ever looks good in shape. They just don't. But it's very rare that you're like, look at that jacked ass Mexican dude.
But why is that?
It's their genetics of loving their food. Dude, they got the best food on earth.
What is white boy summer?
White boy summer is me.
Booyaka, booyaka.
White boy summer is fun, inclusive.
I'm not talking about like Trump, NASCAR type white. I'm talking about, me, John B., Jack Harlow.
White boy summer is love. It's about the white boys that love black queens. It's the white boys that are tuned into the black girl magic. That's really what white boy summer is all about. Just shining a light on interracial relations.
Yeah, I might make it twerk. Yeah, let me see a nigga twerk.
White boy summer, black queen summer, boom. Black girl magic is a very real thing.
What is it?
Magic.
Andrew Tate is a depraved, degenerate maniac. He is the embodiment of the worst kind of sex offender and sociopathic predator. This bastard piece of shit sex spat, human trafficker, bragged about moving to a country to take advantage of its corruption. That is completely disrespectful to Romania, and that's why they hate him there. Big Herc has made a career of talking about the prison code of smoking chomos and taking out sex offenders KOS. And here he is victim blaming, trying to make the perpetrator out to be the persecuted. A brazen double standard on Andrew Tate. Because they both share a fascist ideology based on domination, hierarchy, misogyny, and Western chauvinism. Big Herc, who constantly demonizes immigrants and leftists in his videos, although he's a big fan of the police volunteer auxiliaries like the Proud Boys and the 3%ers, is a hypocrite. And clearly, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about in this video. He criticizes women for doing OnlyFans, yet he's done porn himself and he's got videos on how to get involved in the porn industry, all the while supporting barbarian animals like Andrew Tate, while he himself acts like he's not sexist. And this bizarre homoerotic fascination and obsession with strong men is indeed the backbone of fascist thought. And you heard him praising white nationalist Tucker Carlson. Dude, what a fucking clown this Big Herc guy has turned into, man. This is my problem with prison tubers, most of them. They're mostly counter-revolutionary. They're mostly reactionary, right-wing lumpen. I'm the only socialist prison tuber, comrades. The United States prison system is a Nazi factory. And these prison tubers will embrace Nazis, skinheads, Aryan Brotherhood, Peckerwoods, even though all of these gangs are actually products of the system and capitalism itself and the failures of capitalism. And they have a symbiotic relationship with it. They've infiltrated law enforcement, and their propagandists like Big Herc and Wes Watson do not stand for abolition of the system. I understand this system cannot be reformed and must be deconstructed to truly cleanse it of its corruption. It was clear when Big Herc himself started denouncing anti-fascist protests and BLM during the George Floyd uprisings of 2020 that he is a capitalist class traitor, as is Wes Watson, spewing his Hitler-esque racial purity bullshit. These clowns only care about making money and embracing an ideology whose leader shot himself in a bunker after being crushed by the Allies. The communists defeated Nazism. Or so we thought. Yet loser leftovers of this dogma of hate, this ideological mind virus, remain thriving in the United Snakes, which is the world's biggest incubator and exporter of right-wing psychological warfare. And at the heart of the imperial core, its most extreme enforcers are hidden and entrenched within the U.S. prison industrial complex, which is why the prison industrial complex must be destroyed so this pestilence of fascism is exterminated with it.
So I just watched this video of Andrew Tate's brother Tristan Tate going after the new UFC middleweight champion Sean Strickland, who expressed his dislike for his brother Andrew after watching some of his disgusting interviews he's done over the past few years. Videos I suggest all Tate fans watch, as these guys are two of the slimiest con men on the planet. So first, here's what Sean Strickland had to say.
For sure.
I'm also like, take somebody like Andrew Tate.
You fuck with Tate?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you.
You don't
Yeah, so-
but you seem to share a lot of similar values with him.
We share a lot of values, but Andrew Tate, here's the thing about Andrew Tate, man, is, and as young men, I can see why you guys look up to him, because you are moralist men. You have no values. You have no positive male role models. So you latch onto a piece of shit like Tate, who has money, who has women. You say, no, I want to be like Tate. All my problems in the world, they're because women are fucking me. They're because this is fucking me. No, that's not it. So Andrew Tate is a con artist. Did you ever watch that interview?
Go to the first one.
You ever watch that interview where
Let's talk about this. Yeah.
You ever watch that interview where he goes on in detail about how he pretended to be a cam girl and used to rob people's savings?
That was probably on ours.
Yeah, I think that might have been on yours.
Maybe.
Yeah,
He
these
was
fucking
saying that he
guys.
had the girls do the webcams, and then he was taking 100% of the earnings.
And no. He also said,
100%?
he also said that he would go on there and pretend to be men and have them send them $100K.
No, he'd go on there and pretend to be the girl.
Yeah, pretend to be a girl and have them send. So this guy who is a utter con artist, and he shows no remorse.
That's what every OnlyFans
Don't you
girl's
think
doing
every
right now, though,
OnlyFans
too.
has some assistant guy that's
You know
messaging these
OnlyFans,
girls?
obviously.
Yeah, I know. Every girl I know on OnlyFans, you guys, they don't even run their OnlyFans.
So it's the same shit.
Just so you know, all the top earners of OnlyFans, when you're on there talking to them, you're not talking to them, you're talking to a male assistant.
Yeah.
But to see the way he talked with no remorse, it wasn't, you know what, man? I did something so morally wrong. I took advantage of men. I took money from men. It was like, nah, fuck them. I'm a con artist. I'm a piece of shit.